Nevena, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is the interactive part of the music. Here?
Yeah.
You have been here, I guess, yeah? So you built your cues here. This is just like, I don't know exactly what it is. I think it holds, it's this specific type of music, maybe you could say main, and include it in the scene. But unless you specify a theme, it's not going to be in there. So you click on here and it creates a theme automatically for this thing. And then it's
Sorry,
in,
what did you click?
I just clicked the plus. Look.
Yeah.
Do you see that there is a plus here? When you create the cue, it automatically comes in here. It's the scene editor. So unless you specify by clicking here a theme, it's not in the themes list. And if it's not in the themes list, then it's not in the theme editor, which is actually the musics here. Basically, these are the two themes that I have at the moment, ambient music theme and ambient flourish theme,
Yeah.
which are here, ambient music and ambient flourish. And this one, as you can see, it's not there because it's not included. Now when I press plus, it automatically creates a theme, main theme for this cue. And now it's here. This is the main theme. So I can drag and drop music here.
I see.
And link them together. I don't know exactly what's the difference if I put them all here and if I put them all here. I think.
How do you go to the theme editor? Oh, you just press on the theme.
You just press here and it's one of the cue and it goes automatically. I think.
Wait, slow down, please.
Yeah.
How? Where did you get those green squares from? Oh yeah, the plus, right? And
This thing.
how do you start with it?
Okay. Let's say I created a new cue here. What I did. I'll just delete it. Imagine your scene is empty now. And you have, imagine that these two are not here. So what you do is you just write something. Say, for example, you want to be called main music. And it automatically creates one for you here. And then you press include in the scene. So it puts it here. You press the plus, and it automatically creates a theme for you.
Okay.
Then you double click it to go to the theme editor. And now this is here, empty, main music theme. And let's say you want to have music for the main music theme. You just drag and drop a sample here. Any music file. Just drag and drop it. And it goes there. So you can actually hear this now.
So,
Yeah. And the reason it's not good to put everything in one theme is because of the theme options. And this is how the different themes are linked. For example, if I'm playing one theme and I want to play another theme, I just go to the theme options and say how are they linked. For example, if I want to play one, and this is going to check whether it should be concurrent playing or it should wait for the other one to finish and then this one will start. I'll come back to this later. So this is how you create a theme. Basically, you need to have two themes and two cues for the assignment, isn't it?
And what did you click to get the theme properties? Is a separate.
Just the wrench here. Look, there is a wrench.
It's okay to take.
You see the wrench here?
You know,
When you click it, you get the theme properties.
no, I see it.
Okay, click that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are not as important as the actual sound properties, which are gotten from this wrench here.
Right.
And I'll come back to this in a second. So I'll actually close this down and start a new fresh one so you can understand it better.
Yeah, exactly. We'd love to, do it as you explain it.
So there's a fresh new project. Okay, it's not fresh. Why is it not fresh? Okay, new project.
So new project. Okay, wait.
So you go file new project.
Yeah, this is a brand new project. There's nothing in there. Everything is empty.
Test. Right.
So what I do is I'll create an intro. For example, I want to have a theme for the intro, a cue. I include it in the scene. I create a theme, and I go into the editor. So What I'll do is I'll take an intro song and put it in there, which is gonna play when the game is beginning.
So you started with a cue, did you? You started with a cue and you called it intro, and that automatically created a theme.
Well, it didn't automatically create it, but I pressed on the plus here, so then it automatically created
Wait,
the
wait,
theme.
did you press the plus?
Okay.
I don't have a plus.
When you create the cue, there's a plus in here. You see?
Uh-huh.
So when you create it, it automatically creates a theme. How's the quality, by the way? I can increase the quality if you don't see.
Very, very good.
Good, okay.
It's okay, yeah.
Okay, so when you press the plus, it creates a theme here automatically.
Yeah.
You see? When you double click it, you go to the theme editor. Basically, it opens the theme here. So this is my intro theme.
I'm trying to find. I don't have a plus. I don't
Huda, don't do it now. Try to understand it, then you'll do it later. Okay, so this is the intro theme.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I have to do is I'll drop samples in here, which is going to be for the intro. So I have some sounds here. Let's say I have an intro song here. I'll just drag and drop it. There you go. Now if you want to hear that song, you have to increase the stream sound level, and I'll play it for you. Did you hear it?
I'm only listening to Skype, that's why I can't hear it.
You can hear it if you increase the volume of the stream.
Yeah, okay.
Did you hear that? If you increase the volume of the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear it now.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Increase the volume of the stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm hearing myself so many times.
So,
Don't you guys don't you guys have
intro team, right?
don't you guys have headphones?
I do.
Don't you guys have
Yeah, bear with me. Hang on a sec.
yeah, just get some headphones because I'm hearing myself 5 times.
Yeah, bear with me. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, just get some headphones. Oh my god, it's crazy.
It's a remix of this tutorial.
Okay, cool.
Good. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So did you hear the sound?
Yeah.
Now this is going to be when the game is beginning, and it's going to be something like going for the music. Before the music actually starts, it's going to be like the intro of the song. So now that I have intro, I'll have the main menu music. I'll create a new theme for that. A new cue, sorry. Just go to cues, write it down here, main menu music. Press enter, and it automatically creates a cue. Press include in the scene. Close the theme editor to go back to the scene editor. Now there it is, main menu. And press the plus to create a theme for it. Double click to go back to the theme editor. And now there it is. You see I have an intro theme and I have a main music theme, main menu. And again, I go to my sounds and I drop a sample here, any music. That is gonna have the, this is the main menu music that's gonna loop. So the intro is gonna sound like this. And after that, it's going to go to the main menu theme. Okay, now I have to link them. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Can you hear the sound?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what I do is I go to the samples options. Sorry. Go to the samples options here in the range. And this is a very common window. So you have the sound here, which is going to play, and where is it located? The sounds, intro, WAV. You can actually drop more sounds here. So every time this sample is called, many music can be played, but no problem without. Just leave
Sorry,
one
Potter,
sound.
I missed that part. Can you just show again how you got to the samples window? Because these are the important parts.
Where?
So how did you get to the samples window? How did you open the segment properties? Is this the samples window?
This is a theme editor. This is like the whole scene.
See, if you close this one, how did you get it?
Just there's a close here, you see?
Uh-huh.
You press on it, you go to the scene editor. These are your themes, but you don't see them. Just double click on any of them. Double click. Double click and it automatically go there. You see?
Yeah.
You close this and you have the cues here. Double click and you go to the theme editor.
Right.
So these are your sound files, these green things. I can drop many more if I want to.
Yeah.
Basically these are your sound files that are gonna play. Now I just have to link them together so the music knows if one stops, which one should start.
Right.
And that you do by clicking on the wrench of the sound file itself, the options here. And that gives you the segment properties. Okay, are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, now this says basically the sound that is going to play, its file path. This is the this is the sound file's time signature. You can find this basically on from the source file, wherever you've taken it. I have created them myself, so I know it's, it's this one is 110 beats per minute, and it's 4 beats by 4. Okay, these are just details, but you find these, and it's mostly 120 beats per minute for most sounds. But you can actually check from if the place where you're taking the sounds from is good, they will say how many beats per minute is the sound file. And there are actually some software that you play the sound and it tells you how many beats per minute is it.
Oh yeah, I think Audacity or Anvil Studio does that.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't used them. I know they are, but I haven't used them. Now, syncs, themes on beats, I will leave that for a second. I'm not going to talk about this now. I'm just going to link them together. So what I do is I drag this thing and put it in here. So they're both linked now. And what the music is going to do when this one finishes, this one is going to start. And I'm going to go to the options now and specify when I want this one to start. I mean, do I wait for this one to finish completely, or do I transition at some point before it finishes, like 1 second before it finishes, or do I don't care if this one is finished, play it, something like this. So this controls how the transition is done. Now you go to the wrench, and it says here link to main menu. Always, there is no condition. So whenever this one finishes, this one is going to play. Doesn't care what's going on. This one is always going to play after the main menu is always going to play after the intro. So let's hear that. Oh no. This thing here is called the audition console. It's down there. You can just drag it up and it's going to pop up. And you can drag cues in here to start them up. For example, I want the intro. I just drag and drop it here. And this is like a button which is going to play the intro. So I start it up. Did you hear how it happened? Hello?
Yeah.
Are you with
One
me?
more time.
Okay, listen. Watch how it changes from this one to this one.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever I start the music, I want the music to start from this one, so it has some beginning. But until I say so, I want the main menu song to be always repeating itself, so the music don't stop here. So what I do is I go to the wrench of this main menu, and I add a loop here. You see, add loop. You press it, and it says loop always, no condition. So as long as the music is playing, this thing is going to loop itself. Let's hear it again. Okay. Now, as you can see, there is the beat is not synchronized. I mean, it stops at some point and it finishes. It's not like continuous loop. So this is because let me see. Yes, this is because my beats per minute are off. It goes to tell you how it's important. Let's play it again.
So what was wrong with your beats per minute?
It was the wrong number.
Yeah, basically the music was a bit longer than the designer thought it should. So the designer thought it should end earlier than it actually will. So the music cuts off in the before the music finishes, and it starts from the beginning, and the loop is not continuous. That's why you have to have the right beat per minute for the song. So if your song is 120 beats per minute, then you specify 120 beats per minute. But it's mostly
Okay.
120.
How do you find out how many beats per minute if you've got an MP3?
That's what I told you. There are some programs that find this out for you. And if your source for the music is good, they will actually tell you what the beats per minute
Oh,
are. But
did you purchase your sounds?
no, I have done this myself, so I know how many beats per minute are.
Oh, okay.
Now this is going to loop as long as I tell it to. Now, what I have done is I'm going to add a parameter here.
Mm-hmm.
So you just go to the parameters and you write the name of the parameter. I'll call it progress. Progress of the game. Now I have a parameter here. So I open the main menu and I see that the loop has no condition. It's going to loop always. Double click that to open the options for the loop. Now it says drag, cue, theme, or parameter. We want a parameter. So we drag the parameter and put it on top of this one. So it says activate when progress is equal to or something. Now remember we're talking about the loop. So we want this to loop unless the progress bar is greater than 3, let's say. This is the transition. We want it at the segment end. That's fine. Okay, look what it says now. Loop when progress is greater than 3. No, sorry. We want it to be loop when it's less than 3. Okay. So when the progress is less than 3, we continue to loop the main menu music. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to drag the progress bar here in the audition so I can control it. So I'll play the music again. Okay. Now as you can see, the progress is 0. Let me reduce that a bit. The progress is 0, so this one keeps looping. If the progress bar goes more than 3, it should stop looping. Yes, it did. So it finishes the song, it actually plays and stops. Every time it finishes, it checks whether the progress is less than 3. And if it is, it continues, plays another sample. If it doesn't, it stops. So if I put it back, it's not going to start again because the music has stopped already. But I have at the moment something to start and something to loop for the main menu, and I have something to control the looping. Okay. So what I'll do now is I'll put the main game music. I'll just add another cue. here, game music. Close this thing, include in the scene, and it pops right down here. Same thing, just create the theme, double click it, and it pops out here. So let's put them next to it. Now I want my sample for the main game music, and let's call this one. So I have to link them again. Just again drag and drop from the main menu to the main game music. And I want this to occur once the progress bar is greater than 3. So for example, if the progress bar is less than 3, we're still in the main menu. Keep playing the main menu music. And if the progress goes more than 3, then we have started the game, so start the game music. What we do is we go to the main menu, and then you can see all the links here. First one is a loop by itself. When the progress is less than 3, it's going to loop. So the other one is linked to HP normal. This is the sound file. And this is going to happen always with no condition. We don't want that. We're just going to drag the progress parameter again and say if it is greater than 3, including, then it's going to go to this one. Look what it says. Link to HP normal, this one, when progress is greater than including 3. It doesn't say 3, but because there's no space. So if it's less than 3, it's going to loop, and if it's more than 3, it's going to transition to this one. Let's just go to this one and add it to loop by itself. Just press on the loop here, and it adds loop with no condition. Let me fix the beats per minute. It's actually 16 beats here. Okay. So I'm going to start it again with 0 progress. So this is going to repeat until the progress goes more than 3. So let's see that. Right at the edge, and I increase the progress. And this is going to play. This is going to play until I stop the music, because it's on a loop mode, as you can see. And it started all over again. Okay, now I have 3 musics.
So it won't stop if you just the progress gets less than 3?
No, it won't stop, no. Because
there's no condition.
There is no condition on the loop. But I can easily go to... I can easily put it to progress, and if it goes less than 3, then it's going to stop. But you don't have to do that, because you can say music stop if you want to stop it. Okay? Now,
when are you going to stop the music? When do you decide to stop the music there?
You stop it from the program, from your code.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
But to make it better, what you can do is you can add an finishing segment or an outro. Basically, this is going to play whenever the music is stopped. It automatically going to transition to this one, as if to stop the music. So let's do that now. Again, another cue. I'll write it end. I'll include it in the scene. I'll add a theme. Okay, so this is the end now.
Wait, what happened to your other cues?
They're still there.
Okay.
Basically, if I write something here, it makes a search.
Where do you search? Oh, in the...
Yeah.
Right.
And if you want to if you want to add it, you just press the plus, and it creates one for you. It's a bit strange,
okay, cool.
but it works. So I have the themes here, and I have the
cues.
cues.
It gets time to get used to an IDE, doesn't it?
Sorry?
It does get time to get used to an IDE.
Yeah.
But it's cool, yeah.
So this is my end theme, and I want to have a song a sample, some kind of music that is going to play when the music is stopped. So it doesn't seem like the music is cut off instantly. So what I've done is just a small segment here. Listen to it. No, it's not this one. Oh, yeah, this one. It is this one. Okay. Basically, this is the finishing segment. So how I'm going to link it. Now, this is not a normal segment. It's a finishing segment. So I want this to play automatically whenever the music is stopped. So if I say from the program music.stop, then I want this to be played in the end of whichever part I am. So for example, if you're playing the game and you want to quit, you go back to the main menu, you want to stop the music, but you don't want to cut it off in the middle. So you just play this end theme. And as long as you do it right, the FMOD designer is going to do it for you. So what you do is you press on this blue thing, and it actually says here, targeting conclusion. So when targeting conclusion is on, when you drag and drop this thing, it's going to be red. The red indicates that this is conclusion. So this is going to play when I've stopped the music. Once I'm playing this sample, it's going to look.
You mean the link is red, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So when I'm on this sample, when I'm playing it, if I stop the music, it's automatically going to transition to this one. Let's go to the link. It actually says link to outro when targeting conclusion. It automatically creates that for you. Activate when targeting conclusion. This is the parameter. It's automatic. I mean, you can't just drop parameter on it because it's automatic. Whenever you stop the music, it's gonna go there. So when we want this to happen, we want this to happen at any time when the music plays. I don't know how familiar are you with music, but basically there are beats. And imagine this is the sample here. So a timeline goes from here to here. This is the end, and then starts all over again. So you can specify at which points of the music another song can be linked. Only the red dots can be linked. So for example, if you leave this, only when the music begins, another theme can be linked to it. And when everything is red, at any point of the music, another music can be linked. So this is going to play. The outro is going to play wherever the music is. I'll actually demonstrate this in a second. So let's hear that out. I'm going to start this. I'm going to have the progress to maximum. And this is going to play until I stop the music. So let's stop it. Okay, why didn't it happen? Let me see. This is 110 beats. Oh yeah, now I know why it didn't happen. Because only samples that have the red thing can be finishing samples. So if I take this red thing off, that means this one is not a finishing sample. And if I stop the song here, the song is not going to end on this one. I mean, it checks for red links.
Is that red corresponds to the red on the white buttons in the other tab, right?
Sorry? Which?
You know this red square?
Yeah.
I can hear my echo. So that, when it's switched off, it is actually switched off from the, you know, in the other tab when you were showing if it will only actually hook to the red ones, and you switched it off from the other tab.
You mean this red thing here? This red thing.
So if you click on the high HP normal,
yeah,
and get to the segment properties
Yeah.
on the high HP normal, right?
Yeah.
Or did you? Where was it? Under Teams? Well, yeah, this is it. Synchronized themes on beats.
Oh no, no,
So
this is different. This is different.
they're not related.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no, no.
Okay.
This red thing means that if the song is stopped while playing this thing,
Yeah.
should this be the final segment, or should I look for something else? And I'm saying no, this is not the final segment because I want this to be my final segment. So if this red thing is not switched on, it's going to look for red links and it's going to play them when the song is finished. So if I play this again,
Oh, that's why you need it off.
yes. So when I stop the music now, it's going to look for red links and play that.
Right.
Oh, come on. Hang on. Okay. You see how it waited for this one to finish first until it went there. So this has no loop, and I've stopped the music while this one is playing. So we don't want to cut the music, and it waits for this one to finish, plays the end one, and checks whether this one has a red thing. If it has a red thing, then the music stops here. If it doesn't, then it checks for red links. If there are no red links, then it stops. But I don't want the music to. I don't want the music to wait for this one to finish because it's long. It's 17 seconds, and I don't want. I mean, if someone closes the game, I don't want to wait 17 seconds until I change the music. So what I do is I go to the options, and these are the link transition defaults. So I want to target the outro. Just double click here. And you can use custom transitions for this one. And you can say, I don't want it to be at segment end. I want it to be whenever the music is. I want the transition immediately. So I click on bar and on beat. So at whatever point the music is, it's going to transition to outro. It's not going to wait for it to finish. Let's try that out now. Okay, this is going to loop continuously until I stop the music. Can you notice how it instantly went to the outro as soon as possible at the next beat?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a beginning, we have a main music theme that's going to repeat. We don't want to stop here. And we're gonna have game music, and we have an end theme music. Oops. Why I can't? Let me try something. Okay. So what I've done now is wherever the music is, when I stop it, it's going to automatically go to the outro. And let's just fix this one so it doesn't wait for the segment end and it actually transitions where the music is. Let's try that. So if I stop that now, now this is a finish. It doesn't stop abruptly. Now let's talk about transitions now. This thing, the bar here. So how familiar are you guys with beats and music?
Enough to get that.
Nevena?
I'm not really great at music, to be fair.
Okay, well, music have beats. Basically, this thing that you hear.
Yeah.
Every bass one is a beat. So I have 4 beats here. Can you imagine this one is like that. Now imagine my mouse is the timeline. It will go like this. So
Right. Yeah.
I have 4 beats here, and I can transition at any time. If I want to transition only at the last one, I just remove them and listen how it changed. It's not going to make any difference. I know why. Because I'm transitioning at the segment end at the moment. So it waits for the whole song to finish, and then it checks for the parameters, and then if the parameters are matching, then it changes the music. But when you press, for example, on bar or on beat, let's say on beat, every beat it checks whether the condition is met, and if it's met, then it transitions. For example, let's try on every beat. So every beat is going to check whether the progress bar is greater than 3, and it's going to transition. So let's play that. Now listen. When I move the progress to 3, as soon as a beat is reached, it's going to transition to HP normal. Did you hear that? So it checks on every beat whether the parameter is as specified.
It's like a frame rate, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. Basically, if you press on beat and specify the beats here, every time it hits a beat, it's going to check whether the condition is met. Now, if I want to remove that, it will check only on the first one and the third one. So, so specific music have beats. So if you want to link them at proper times, so they don't seem detached and they don't seem cut off, like really artificially, then you can link them on proper beats. Now let's hear the difference now. So it looks for the first one and the third. You can actually count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, it actually changed on the third one because I put it in the middle of the second, but it waited for it to finish, and then on the third one, it changed. Now, if I put it only on the first one, check the difference. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. It should have gone, but I don't know why it didn't. Why didn't you play? Hey. Really? Strange. What? Let me check again. Why you're not transitioning? On beat, on the first and second. Go when the progress is greater than, including 3. Wait, sorry. Oh, okay, that's fine. What?
Is it because this on segments isn't checked?
No.
If you look at the outro, is it also on beats?
Where?
So this is your...
And let me see why it didn't play, by the way. It stopped playing. Strange.
It did work this time, didn't it?
Yeah, but I pressed this one. So I want always on beat 1 to transition. It should, it
So
should
what,
work.
the main one and the high one have to be always on one?
The what, sorry?
Keeping both of them have to be on beat.
I'm not sure. That's why I'm checking. It's supposed to work. Every time I'm on beat 1, I want to transition off. Let me see. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you see, it checks which beat is matching, and if it's on that beat, then it transitions off. If the parameter is right. So this one controls when and how you transition. But since these are the music is continuous, it has a beat, so I want it to finish, and then I want it to transition. So I remove the on beat and I press on segment end. So at whatever part I am, it's going to actually wait for it to finish, and then it's going to transition if the parameter is done.
So what did fix it? You had to click at segment end and on beat. Huh?
I think so. Because actually, to be able to transition on the first beat, you're actually transitioning off at the segment end. That's why it should have been clicked. Because it goes to beat 1 and it checks, is beat 1 a transition option? And it says yes. Okay. Is the parameter greater than 3? It says yes. Okay. Can I transition? And it checks, am I allowed to transition at the segment end? And it says no. So okay, then I'm not going to transition. I'm stopping. And that's why this fixed it, looking at transition at segment end. So what I want to do is I want to transition it at segment end only. So this one is going to play once, check for the parameter. Play twice, check for the parameter. At every time in the end, it's going to check for the parameter. And then it's going to transition. So it's going to play at least once. Let's hear that. Two, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a 16 beat because it's long. It's 17 seconds. 17 seconds, and you count to 16 and then you start all over again. That's why this one is longer. Because the song doesn't repeat itself on every 4 beats. It repeats itself every 17 seconds. So you count to 16 and then you start again. And you can actually specify at which points you want the song to transition off. If any progress is, if for example I link this with another thing, with another parameter, then it's going to check the parameters condition every beat that I have made available here. So for the link to outro, I have pressed a custom transition, and I've given it at any time. If it's a segment end, if it's on bar, if it's on beat, every time it checks whether the song is finished, whether the song is stopped. And if it is, it's going to go immediately to the outro. He doesn't care whether the song has ended or not, but it's going to go. If I actually remove that and I click it on segment end, when I stop the music, it's going to check whether the music has been stopped once the song finishes. So when the song is finished, it's going to check whether the condition is met. And if it is, it's going to go there. Demonstrate that. So the moment the song is playing, if I stop it, it's still playing. Still playing. And when it finishes, it's going to check.
So it doesn't matter if you click all the beats. You just have to wait for the last one.
Sorry? Sorry, what? Hello?
I mean, it doesn't. If you click away these. Wait, I have to switch back to Skype. Okay, now do you hear me better?
Yeah, I hear you better all the time.
Okay. Yeah, but because I had switched to the Twitch audio to
Mhm.
hear the sounds. But it doesn't matter if you click all the beats, as long as if it's just for the segment, for the last segment, it doesn't matter that you've clicked all the beats. It still has it's still going to wait for the last one.
No, you can specify. That's what I'm saying. You click on the link here. Now, when I click on the link, it says which link I'm targeting when it becomes a dotted line. So when I double click it, I can actually say to use the segment defaults, which are here, and I have told it on beat, and I can actually specify a custom one, and I want the custom one to be at any time. So I specify on bar and on beat. So it checks for this condition every bar and every beat.
Yeah, but I mean if you put on the segment end.
It is on segment end.
Okay.
Activate when targeting conclusion. That's
Either or.
that's the segment end.
Checks
Oh,
everything,
okay.
right?
Oh, you mean this one? Huda?
I mean the beats, the red. Let me see. I can't see clearly. The sync frequency or something. What it's called? The
Sync
16 one.
sync themes on beat.
Yeah. So you have to wait for the last one. If it's just the segment end, it's going to wait for the last one, although you have checked all of them, all of the 16 ones.
Yeah, although I have checked them. Now, it goes to every one of them, but it says, okay, first thing it says is this active? And it says yes. Am I supposed to transition on beat or on bar? And
Yeah. Okay.
it says no. Well, I'm continuing then. And then
Alright.
it reaches the end. It's like, am I supposed to transition at segment end? And it's like, yes. Well, is the parameter matched? I mean, is the condition matched? And it says yes. Well, okay, I'm going then, and it goes to the outro. But for example, that's what I said. If you, for example, playing the game and you suddenly quit and you go back to the main menu, you don't want to wait 17 seconds until
Yeah.
the music
Exactly.
changes. That's why you press it on bar or on beat. So at whatever point it is, it's going to go to the outro. But it is not an immediate change. It's probably 1 second plus or minus, because it's going to wait for the beat to come and then it's going to transition. For example, the next bass you hear, it's going to go after that. So it doesn't seem cut off in the middle of a sound. I mean, a beat or something. So next time a beat comes in, or a bar, because the music is linked with bars and beats, it's going to go to the thing, and the music is going to sound as if it didn't break. And I'm
Yeah.
going to put it again. Now it's playing, and if I stop it, I know the bass one, the guitar, cuts off, but the actual drums and the beat itself is kept in synchronization. So this is this one, and I can show you a bit more advanced feature if you want. I don't know. What do you want to see? Guys?
I'm quite interested to see how we actually link this with the code,
This is a groove.
because this satisfies the requirements.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
but you can show us the advanced feature, but as long as we actually see how it works with the code.
Okay, I'll show you the code then. Right.
Wait, can't we take a break and do this before we forget about it, and then continue with the code as part 2?
Huda, would you mind sending me that file, because I haven't had it yet?
Yeah, but because it's like 140 megabytes.
Can you just then send me the 2 classes so I can see whether we've done it the way he showed it in the class?
I was actually going to send it, and then we started with the tutorial part, so I had to, look. watch what Potter is doing. Let me see. Hotmail, right?
Yep. No, no, it's Yahoo. I sent it to you on.
Oh yeah.
Huda, I want to show you the code and I'll start physics. And if you want, I can
Okay.
show you a bit more for here and how you can have a shared timeline with another parameter if you want. But I think this meets the conditions because you have 3 queues, 3 teams, and a parameter. So the coursework said 2 queues, 2 teams, and 1 parameter. So this is more.
2 teams. So it says 2 teams, 1 parameter, and what else?
Sorry?
So you've done 2 queues.
The-
Can we,
The assignment says at least 2 queues, 2 teams, and 1 parameter. And this has 4 queues, 4 teams, and 1 parameter. So it's more than enough.
what was I going to say? This video, are we going to be able to watch it again?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Oh,
You can watch
lovely.
it again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So I'll show you the code. Now the code is very well demonstrated in the. Let me just save that. The code is very well demonstrated in the mini-mod example. I'll open it actually. No, not this one.
Do you know of any quick file? What do you call them? I forgot about it. File uploaders?
Not that I know of. No.
Oh, so this is not this is not the mini music. This is the music.
This is the mini music.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, it's from the mini music.
Okay, cool.
Mini music. Music. Okay. So what you do is you can actually, the code is here, so you can just check it and copy it and put it in your own code. One thing you have to do is when you're in the designer, you click on project, you click on build.
Yeah, you build the project.
Yes.
And you build it for what? PC or?
For PC, yes. And
Okay.
it generates this thing here. No, it's not here. Where's it?
So just 1 second. If you build it for iOS, would I be able to use it on the iOS project, although you've created it on a PC? Should be able to, shouldn't I?
Yes, it says Apple iOS here. Build project for Apple iOS. And
Can you build it for iOS and send it to me via Skype? I'm not going to use this one. I'm just going to look at it and refer to it. But try it with a sample code that I've got for iPhone to decide whether it's worth trying it on an iPhone.
Okay. Header file, text.
Oh, so you click build programs report, header file, what else?
Text file. You build a header because you need it for the code, and you can build a text report which it says the files that you're gonna need, the parameters, which is useful. You don't need it, but it's useful. But you need the header and you need the bank.
Oh, where's the bank? Oh yeah, you click that.
You just click on it. Yeah.
That's going to produce the OBBs.
No, that produces the bank file for the music. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me find it. Oh God, look, it's in the desktop. Okay.
Nice desktop.
Yeah. So this is the files that have been produced, and you need this test.fev file to link it with to link it with actual code.
Uh-huh.
And the test.txt, this is actually some of the file names that you're going to need to put in for example, music cues. These are the music cues we have: test intro, main music, game music, and test end. But we actually need the intro because we only start the music from the intro. We never start the music from the middle.
Music cue, test intro, music cue,
This
main
is
menu.
automatically created for you depending on the
Right.
FMOD designer.
So you don't need the other ones because the designer's going to sort it out for you, basically.
Yeah, you just create them and it's going to produce this file. But you need to open it and to see the actual name and the integer thing. You're going to copy this. I'll show you. And this is the progress parameter that you're going to need. So what do? Is once you have these files, is you open it and you specify some constant variables. So you get this from the header files, as I told you. For example, this is the cue. Actually, these are the music parameters. Sorry.
Music pro.
As you can see, they're copied from the header file as they are, and you say they're unsigned integers, and you just copy like the whole name n equals 1, the whole name equals 2. You just copy it from the file. And these are the music cues. You only need to copy whatever you're gonna use. So if you don't want to use the other three cues, so we only need the intro because we're ever gonna start the music from the intro. We're not gonna start it from the middle.
Right.
So, who is banging on the keyboard?
It was me, sorry.
Okay. You just copy this thing here.
So the parameter IDs, the Q IDs, and you copy them from the text file, put them into the FMOD music CS. Is that right?
FMOD music CS. This one is called like this for this project, but you can create any class you want. For example, what I've done here is I've made a class called interactive music, and
Where is that?
I've just created it in my program.
Uh-huh. All right.
So you just create a wrapper class that has these header information files. These are the parameter IDs for my music. These are the cue IDs. So I have 4 parameters and 2 cues that I have to start. And then you create the general files. I've copied them from here. The event system, music system. This is the event system, the music system. And you need to define your cues like this. You say it's a music prompt, and you call it a name, whatever you want. For example, the intro, as it's done here.
So you define them, FMOD event system. Where did you define them?
Just private FMOD music prompt, and you say cue music, for example, cue intro.
Yeah.
This is one of your cues here. Basically, this one here, intro. Mm-hmm. So I basically create this button for the C++ by defining this thing. This is all in the mini-mod. You just copy this. So once I've done that, I have to initialize the FMOD system. So where it is, it's here. Initialize. So I've copied all this here. Just copied it. Basically, I don't know what it does, but it creates the result, the event system. It puts some flags in here. Just copy the whole thing, and you have to change the path depending on where the files are located. I would suggest put them on the folder and link it like this, music, and then it's going to look for this music folder, and it's going to look for this file under this folder. Hello, you with me?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Huda? Huda?
Yeah. So, So why do you choose 64 instead of 32?
I'm here.
I haven't done this. I
Wait,
just
have to
copied
switch
it.
back because I'm listening to the
Oh, okay,
to
okay.
the stream sound.
You don't have to listen to the scene sounds. I'm not gonna play any sounds now, so you better come back to Skype. It's gonna be faster. Oh yeah, I mean I know what you're saying because once I'm pointing something, it's a bit
Points.
slow down. Yeah. Okay. Well, Nevena, I don't know. This is the mini music. I've just copied everything. I haven't done this.
Yeah.
This is initialization. You don't have to do this. I mean, just copy it, put it in your project. It basically creates the event system from the music system here, sets the volume, sets mute, sets pause. I mean, there's pretty much self-explanatory, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
This thing here, though, is now remember up we created a cue music.
Can I just stop you something I need to make clear for myself?
Hmm.
So you are working on an FMOD music CS file, right? And this was in the mini music, right?
Yeah.
You just edit the file, yeah?
No, I haven't edited. I'm just going through it.
Oh, you explain it. How
Yeah.
we're going to link it with our what we've designed so far. Cool.
Copy it and put it in your code.
Oh, but I haven't.
Just
I was hoping to use that template, really.
well, you can if you want to, but this one is this one has this one is created for C# with interface. Basically, it has a form.
Yeah.
You need to link it with your own game for the XNA.
My game's not ready, and I'm not building a game on XNA. I'm building a game for iPhone.
Okay.
So I just wanted to see when I'm done with the design how I can link it with that what they've got, because they've got two parameters, haven't they?
They have,
And one cube.
yeah. And
So if they change the noise parameter, for example, we can use that to change the progress bar, kind of.
what I would suggest you do is create a wrapper class in your code for your program, and copy this code there on specific parts. It's pretty clear.
Okay.
I mean, this is the initialization. You just copy the relevant parts. These are the variables that you need, and you specify some method called initialize, and you copy this code in there, and then you see how he called his own code. For example, track bar scroll. What this one does is, if you go to the design, track bar scroll, noisy parameter. So it sets the noisy parameter from 0 to whichever.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you can check
So
what
we
he
want to link that with ours. Yeah.
you check how he's done that. Basically,
Yeah.
what he says is music system sets parameter value, and he passes a value to it. So what you can do is you can do the same thing, but pass some value that changes, that you want to pass it to it. So whatever you pass it to it, it's gonna affect the parameter. One thing to mention.
So this could be the progress for us, won't it?
It could be like...
Yes, but you're not going to control it via parameter. You're not going to control it via track scroll bar. You're going to control it in the game. For example, if you reach...
My game's not ready, so...
Yeah, but it's like if something happens, an event or anything, like if the sound is, the pitch is higher than this, for example, or in the game, if you got a power up, right? If you got a power up, then the value is 4, for example.
Yeah. Who closed?
Close up.
Oh, there's a problem with this call. Strange.
Anuvina.
Hang on. Her internet must have dropped. Yeah, basically that you control your parameters by just saying set parameter value. And
Hello?
hey, are you back?
I don't know what happened.
Your Skype went down.
Your
No.
Skype went down?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
I'd rather. Can I just? This is my laptop, but for some reason I couldn't. Could you just ring again? Because I couldn't
yeah, okay.
connect my iMac because it's a bigger screen because I'm on the laptop.
Yeah, okay, okay. I'll call you again. Okay. Hello?
Yep, here.
She's not answering still.
You should think this.
So you already have your you already have your parameters. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it better
How
now?
do I need to go to the video, don't I?
Where do you want to go?
Okay, to the screen, to the video.
Okay.
Because I lost it. Something happened to my internet connection, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay. So
Okay.
you have already defined your parameters here. Basically, we're gonna have, if you actually look in our code, in our build, you can go to the text.txt and you can see music parameters. So you have music param test progress 1. What you do is you copy this and you put it as, come on, constituent, and just leave it like that. If you have more parameters, then you put more. But we have one. So we have access to this parameter now. If you want to change it at any point in the game, we just call music event system set parameter value, music event system dot set parameter value.
Yeah.
Wait. And it asks for user for the ID of the parameter. We say the name, and then we pass with a value, for example, 5. And now we know, once we reach this code, the music is going to change to the main game music. Because if it's greater than 3, it's going to go there. So that's how we control our parameters at any point in the game. What you want to do is, every time you change a parameter, you want to call event system.update. So every time you do a change, you press event system.update.
And sorry, I probably missed it because I dropped, the line dropped. But how do you call the music to start?
Yes, I'll show you. One more thing in the initialize. Once you have your queue set up, because we have created, if you remember, a queue.
Can you show me again the queue setting up the queue?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you remember, we just declared our queue here as FMOD music prompt. For example, in our case, you can look it up. In our case, and it says music queues intro. Okay, we have an intro. We're gonna call it private FMOD music prompt, and we're gonna call it queue intro. So we have it set up here, but we haven't linked it yet. So what we do is, after all this code for the initialization, we press error check. I'm just copying the code from here. Music system. Why don't I do it like this? Music system dot prepare queue, and then it wants for the queue ID. Well, we have it already defined here. Basically, it's this thing. It will be somewhere here. Say music queue IDs. You're gonna have it. You're gonna copy it from here and put it like this. So it's gonna be called something like constituent music queue test intro. And these are going to be sequential number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's basically the designer knows what to do. We copy the name of the music queue, and it says prompt queue, the intro, and save it to our queue intro variable. So we
Did you have to prepare it in advance or no?
What do you mean?
Did you have to do, before you say prompt queue? Did you have to say prepare queue?
Oh, prepare. Sorry. That's how you prepare actually. And after that, you can use Q intro to call this one, to call the intro. Basically, you link it together.
Uh-huh.
So whenever you want to start it at any point, you say Q intro dot begin, and the music is gonna start until you say Q intro dot end. And at this
And
point,
then
it,
when it says dot end, it's going to quickly hop to the outro.
well, it's gonna check where the music is. For example, if it's here, it's gonna go to the outro whenever possible, based on these links here. If it's in the intro and we stop the music while it's in the intro, it's gonna stop because there is no link to the outro.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we end it, it automatically checks where it is and what should happen next. So once you've linked all your queues like this, basically we have only one queue, so we only need one ever.
Even if we had in the designer file more than one key, because in the designer mode they are actually connected, we don't have to worry about the other ones in the code.
No,
Is
no,
that
no.
correct?
As you can see from here, I'm only starting the first one, and everything else
Yeah.
plays consecutively because they're linked.
Because they're done in the designer thing. So
Yes.
basically, the designers can have a can do that for us, and then the programmer can just call
Yes.
it in code.
The designer controls how the music flow.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm doing here by starting the music, by clicking on the intro here, this is my cue. This is my intro cue. When I click start, it actually starts the music. And this is what will happen in the game. When I start it, this music is going to play, and after that it's going to go to this one until
Yeah.
I change the progress parameter at any point in the game. When I do,
Yeah.
this is going to happen. And then if I stop it by calling queue stop, it just goes to the end.
One more question. What other parameters can you have apart from progress?
You can have any parameters. You just could.
Like what other parameters available?
Well, you can you can define Nevena, and if Nevena has died, I link. For example, I'll have another sound here, and if I link it here, let's say this parameter goes from 0 to 1. You go to the options of the parameter. You press. You can define range from 0 to 1. So if you want something like a boolean, if you want, it doesn't matter actually. This is you control this one.
Yeah.
So it can be from 0 to 100. It can be from 0 to 1. Doesn't matter because you define
Yeah.
what happens when.
My question was probably I didn't. My question was, in the IDE, the parameters, do they just look like a progress bar really? And then obviously you can make them booleans, make them progress bars, use them as you like.
They are integers. You pass a value to them.
Right. But for the sake of the IDE, all of them look the same as in the IDE, like a slider.
Well, imagine the code is running and you say Nevena is equal to 0.75 and the game just does this one, puts this thing to 75.
Yeah.
And the queues decide what happens. For example, I have linked this to 4cent and I say if Nevena is equal to 1, then it's going to go there. If it's not equal to 1, it's going to loop this one.
Yeah.
So if I play this, it's going to go here. If I increase the parameter, the progress, boom, it changes.
Right.
So this plays. If I increase the Nevena to 1,
Yeah.
it finishes.
Right, I see.
So you can have anything that matches your game. For example, what kind of game do you do? Are you making?
I'm making a bee that collects honey and could be killed by if a raindrop goes over the bee. There should be a sound, and then the bee makes the dying sound. So that's it. So I'll have.
You have to distinguish by music and sounds, though. This is music. You're not making the sounds for it. You're making the music. So
Yeah.
I have no sounds in my music. For example, in my game. For example, I have a plane that shoots, but there are no sounds coming out of the shooting stuff. There's only the music playing in the background that you change here.
Yeah.
You're not changing the sounds. So, for
That's
example,
what I meant.
if
So
what kind of
I'm going to have a theme whereby it's got a. I'm going to have a theme which it will have a sound inside of a bee doing boo, you know.
okay.
And a constantly looping sound whilst you're in the main menu. And if you go to the end of game screen, another looping sound. Stuff like this.
Yeah, that's it. And you just control it. I mean, if you're in the game, you can have something like, what do you have to do? You have to collect honey, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your your end parameter is something like if you collect 20 honey, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can say if the honey collected is greater than 15, play something else, as if the music is changing, as if the game is reaching a conclusion. For example, you can say if the honey collected is less than 5, then play something else, something like small, something slow. Then if it's greater than 15, play something fast. So the player can feel as if they're reaching their end or something.
Yeah.
This could be a parameter, say honey reached or something, and you just
So,
define it here.
do you know where I can get some sounds for free though?
Greg gave me a link for sounds for free, but I haven't used them. I checked them, but I haven't used them. Let me see.
Free sound program.
That's what he gave me.
Nice one.
I'm not sure. I haven't checked how good they are. I think I did. I went there. There are some, but these are not musics though. They are sounds. You need music to create.
And by music you mean looping music, right?
Yeah, I think you can get some loops from somewhere.
Oh, there's sound effects. You can't get looping music from there.
You can make it music. You can make it looping in FMOD.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool. And so where were we with the code?
Well, that's pretty much it. You just initialize it with the code, and at any point in the game, you say start. Basically, where does he? I think he uses the checkpoint, the checkbox. Yeah. So this is the checkbox thingy. So he says if the checkbox is checked, then start the music, and if it's not checked, then stop the music. And this is what.
I don't get that one. So the checkbox in the queue, there is a checkbox.
No, the checkbox is purely for the program.
Yeah.
This is a checkbox here. You see?
Oh, I see.
So he says if the checkbox is checked, start the music.
Yeah.
And if it's not checked, then stop it.
And if they click on the flourish queue, that moves them to the other queue?
Well, just go to the flourish queue then, button, and see what it does. Button 1 click. Stupid names for the button though, but what can you do? So, what it does is it checks if the queue is active.
Is that active?
I don't know. This is basically concurrent playing. This is a bit more advanced because he creates a theme here and sets the theme to be played concurrently. So he starts another queue on top of the one that we play at the moment. So imagine we have this thing going, and we have a separate theme with single cue that is not linked to any of them, and we say, if you play this, then play it on top of the other guys.
Yeah.
So, which if it says if it's active, then don't do anything. No, this one gets if the queue is active or not.
If it's active, finishes it and starts.
So if it's
Starts
active,
again.
yes, if it's active, then it finishes it, and it starts it again. So it doesn't overlap.
Mm.
So basically, when it wants to create the button, and what it does, it just plays this queue, and if it has links to other stuff, that they're gonna play as well if they are overlapping with the main sound. Basically, you go. No, never mind. I'm not gonna go into details here,
Yeah.
because I don't think you need to use this one.
Okay.
So he controls his parameters like this. He takes the track bar's value. Basically, this is I don't know how familiar are you, but the track bar produces
Value, yeah.
value between whatever you set it up, and he set it up only 0 and 1. So if the track bar is here, it's going to produce 1, and if it's here, it's going to produce 0. And these are passed to the designer as a noisy parameter, and the designer does whatever it is told to do based on the parameter.
Yeah.
We can easily set it up as set progress to 10, and depending on where the game is, this either is going to make an effect or not, because if it's here, it doesn't care, because it's not looking. But if it's in the main menu, if the progress goes greater than 3, then it's going to change the music, and you can change the music like that. Remember, we have to call event system update here every time. Also, on your update function, on your main loop, you have to call event system update every time again, because basically the event system update lets the system update itself. It checks for it checks for changes. It plays it. So because if the music stops and it has to see whether any parameters are changed, and then play it again if it's looping. So this lets it do its job. So just call this anywhere in the update function, in your update function. And every time you make changes, just call it again, event system update. So these changes are instantly taken into consideration instead of waiting for the program to go to the update function.
I see.
And that's it. That's pretty much it.
Very nice. So thank you so much. And if you can compile it for iOS and Skype it to me, that'd be great. So I can decide whether to use the mini music, a sample that he's given us, or to use a iOS version, because I've got some iOS steps. And I'm going to build some sounds for the B.
Okay.
And also, the video is going to stay there, right?
Yeah, it's going to stay. It's going to be accessed.
On the same link. I'm just going to play it again.
I think you just have to click down there. I'll give you a direct click, don't worry.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
I'll pass you the bill.
Thanks, Chris.
Cool.
We'll buy you a drink.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So.
Glad I could be of help. No problem.
Like a web restaurant near us. Awesome. Treat you on.
Hey, thanks for sending those files to me.
No worries.
Thank you.
No, I hope they're readable, though. I mean, you know, you have to follow the code. You have to jump between the two classes. So I hope.
Yeah, I've got an idea. I remember what he did.
Good. All right then. I'm gonna stop the stream.
Oh yeah.